Welcome to an up-to-date Zed vs Diana guide on patch 1320 right after the W nerf. Before we begin, I'll mention that I'm a Zed streamer who reached over 1200 LP on EU West, links in the description if you're interested. For the runes, both First Strike and Conqueror are fine against Diana. If you want to go Conqueror with Ignite, take this page. If you want to go Conqueror with Teleport, you can take this page. But usually I think First Strike is a bit better, so you can do First Strike. This is the full scaling build. If you want to do that, that's fine. If you want to have some more power and like damage after first recall around level 6, last stand is quite nice for that. Presence of Mind also gives you a decent amount of scaling, so this is also good. So yeah, and we take Flash and Teleport with this First Strike page. Doran's items have been buffed, so going Doran's Blade against Diana is pretty good. You can also still go Longsword refillable and Longsword 3 potions if you'd like. The main thing is to rush Hydra first, and then we go Ghostblade second, Grudge third, finish Ionians after, then get Cleaver, and you can go Edge of Night or Serpent or Axiom Arc, whichever one you want. And for the skill order, it's Q max into E max into W max last, since W has been nerfed, obviously leveling ult whenever you can. Level 1 against Diana, you don't want to push the wave because she wins early levels and you risk getting zoned off. Instead you want to just farm with Q, let her push and try to get to your first recall, which is where you can start doing more damage and winning the fight. If she's pushing too slowly and you want her to push the wave to you faster, stand in your minions and let her try to Q you, and then the Q will hit both the you and the minions and the wave will come in. I do recommend waiting until first recall before trading, but once you're level 4 you can start trading. The way I like to trade is just walk up, WEQ, and watch for her Q. If she uses it, then you can use your W2 to go over it and take an extended trade, or just walk away. This works because you dodge her Q, which means she has no incentive to use her E, otherwise it goes on a long cooldown. So the main thing against Diana is to dodge her Q. Do keep in mind you don't want to extend the trade too long because her Q will come back up, and if she holds her E and then she Qs you after that, she can run you down and kill you. So those are good for short trades before level 6. After level 6 you'll still want to take these kind of trades. However, if she's low enough, you can choose to ult her instead of walking away, and then she's going to walk away, create a little bit of distance between your ult shadow and you, which is good. You're going to want to spam Q as soon as you come out and then auto E. That gives her less time to use her E on you to displace the Qs and stuff. This is best done when there's not really any ally minions around, so she can't just E a minion. But in general, Diana is not going to be incentivized to use her E without landing Q first, so you should be fine. Also in general, against Diana, be careful letting her Q hit you if you're on her side of the lane, because then she can E to you and then you W away, but then she'll E again to follow and run you down. That being said, Diana is a gankable champion, so you don't have to 1v1 her. You can just let your jungler or support help you as you play defensively. And you can also just scale and neutralize it a bit, since with each and every item you're going to be stronger and stronger than Diana as long as she doesn't have a lead. But apart from that, you're going to want to get your Hydra, and then once you get Hydra, things become a lot easier since you can clear the waves without using W, and then you can go into Fog. And if Diana walks up to the next wave and uses Q, you can decide if you want to all-in her while her Q is down. This is something you can do throughout pretty much the rest of the game, even in the side lane. If she uses Q and you're in the bush after pushing, then you can jump on her, try to kill her. And if you miss your Qs or anything, you can usually use your ult shadow to run away before her Q comes back up. So that's a good way to play. Also bear in mind you can ult Diana's ult throughout the entire game. So if she uses ult on you, then you're going to wait and then ult her as the thing comes down and you dodge all the damage. In the mid to late game, I don't think Diana is very good against most of the champs in League because she's very telegraphed. She's a very simple champion with simple ranges, so as long as she doesn't have a lead, she's not going to really blow anything up or do anything crazy without her flash. This means it's usually better to go for the team fights instead of trying to 1v1 Diana, otherwise you risk dying 1v1, whereas the team fights are much easier to navigate, in my opinion. In the team fights, you don't want to engage on her first. You usually want to either wait for your team to CC her or wait for her to go in and then burst her down. Keep in mind she's probably going to have Zhonya's, so you're going to want to keep yourself safe as you try to do this. You can also look for flanks if the enemy team has a squishy bot lane, and you can sort of flank them and then kill them and go from there. But the main thing is, usually you don't want to go in first, and you want to keep yourself alive in these team fights because Zed is a good team fighter, so that's what you can play for. In summary, Diana is a hard and annoying matchup which just gets easier as the game progresses. And through dodging her Q as well as baiting her into ganks, it's usually fine. She doesn't get too much of a lead, which means that you're going to outscale and things will get much easier. But that's basically it for this video. I hope it was useful and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.